Okay. Welcome everyone to Friday Live Boganza, Friday Live Circus Carnival of KRSchannel. I wanted to continue on a little bit of what I spoke about the ascension thing, that at least I'm experiencing, and a lot of you had questions, a lot of you had valid points. Well, hello. Um, so I wanted to kind of regurgitate some of those thoughts, and make it like a little bit clearer for you guys. So as you see by the title, hunter versus a consumer. Okay. Um, this is something that, many of you brought up. Very, very good, valid point. They're like, look, about like the eating meat, eating non-veg, eating, consuming food. So actually, I had 4 or 5 people who commented in the last video saying, I feel more close to spirits and my ancestors when I eat meat. Okay? And I don't think this whole talking about non-veg or vegan is my thing. Hey, I'm with you. I'm not a vegan. I'm thinking of it, but I'm not a vegan. I consume yogurt, and when I cook Indian food, I'm putting yogurt in there. I'm guilty as charged. Okay, but like I was telling you, our conscious, when the consciousness becomes into awareness, that's when things change. That's when things change. And this is why I'm happy that my consciousness, whatever the hell that means, I still don't know what consciousness means. Let me be honest. I think none of us know what consciousness means. It's just something that I'm like, okay, I am this body, I am this thing that is born into this Sharvastava family. I guess that's what consciousness is. But awareness is what is required to truly understand life. Okay? And this is where you have to be aware. So when you say like, well, I get more closer to spirits and all that, that is very true. If you study anthropology and you look at, let's say, some of the Hopi Indians, Jakwazis, um, indigenous groups in Australia, these guys sacrifice animals, they sacrifice this and that, they eat meat and they have fire rituals. And then I've seen an anthropology class where like they would be like, okay, through animal sacrifice, if something happens, um, okay, there's gonna be a death in the village, and literally the next day somebody died. But let me just say this: if you really wanna consciously honor your ancestors and give respect to them, get closer to the spirits, then you just going to the grocery store or market, picking up a piece of meat and eating it, it's far different than actual honoring the ancestors. If you want to really feel like get closer to spirits and ancestors, your ancestors were hunting, whether with a bow and arrow or they were hunters with a gun. They go out, they hunt the meat, they skin it, they take pieces out, they eat it. And that's where I have absolute respect for those people. Versus us consumers who, without conscious, pick things up. Okay, let me pick chicken today. Let me pick lamb today. Let me pick a beef brisket. Let me pick a pork loin. It becomes like a vegetable thing where you're not really in the process of being aware that this piece of meat was actually a part of some living thing. You see what I'm saying? It was a part of some living thing. And I'm now buying this, I'm paying the money to buy this, and then I put it in the bag and I take it home and I cook it. And that's where half the awareness is off. It's gone. because we're no longer becoming part of the cycle of life, cycle of cosmic life. Because and then somebody said a very smart comment also. What about, lion hunting a zebra, or lion hunting this, or animals eating animals, and shark eating, other animals? How is that? How do you define that? Of course, we can eat meat. They eat it. That's cycle of. But however, you forgot a very one important thing. Those animals that hunt the animal that is being hunted has a free will, meaning that animal can fight for its life. It can fight, it can, I've seen bulls like literally just squish lions who were trying to eat them, and then they escaped. That's a cycle of life. You're eating something that does not have control over its life. You're eating something which does not have a free will to fight back. So if you go hunt a cow, you go hunt a goat by yourself, the goat will try to run, try to escape, and then you're running after her. That's the cycle of life. That is where our ancestors, or whatever they call Neanderthals, or whatever the past was in the wild, that was absolutely respectable, and I will never lose respect for that. And this is something that and this is something that my wife said. It's like, it's not bad to eat meat, but you can't, go out there and consume something that never had a free will. She says hunters, like, the Indians, or the not Indian Indians, like Native Americans, they went and hunted. Each tribe went and hunted for food or meat in the winter. That is more respectable than you going and buying a hot dog. See, we gave it a name: hot dog, bacon, brisket, steak. You see how smart the industries were to market something to us and consume us. Like, hey, we're not giving you a flesh, we're giving you bacon. This is not pig flesh, this is bacon. This is that. You see how now the consciousness within me is aware of this fact that when you go pick up that steak, that filet mignon, sirloin, the ribeye steak, you give it these names thinking that, oh, it's coming out from a factory or some farm. But you don't realize that that piece that you're buying, it was part of somebody's flesh. And it was part of somebody's flesh who did not want to give it away. You did not, that cow or that pig did not want it to give away their piece of life for you to purchase that on sale, for Thanksgiving or something. So this is where you have to be aware of things. When you're aware of them, that's when you start asking questions. That's when you become more aware of things. So somebody said, it's not bad to eat meat. And I'm saying, yes, it's not bad to eat meat. However, when the awareness has kicked in, I don't want to eat meat from a consumer. I don't want to go to a grocery store and says, I had nothing to do with killing that thing. Let me just eat it. I don't know. Everybody's doing it. Let me just do it. But now the awareness said, no. If you are going to eat somebody else's flesh, you better give them the chance to fight for that flesh. So me, I would be more like, I would rather go hunt for something out in the wild than me to take something that has no ability to fight. Like, let's say you go for a wild boar, right? Wild boar is that boar that has the horns out. That thing, you can shoot it with bullet twice and it still will not die. It'll run after you. It'll come because you're trying to take its life. It's going to try to take your life. Now that's a cycle. This is where everybody who thinks that I'm like suddenly becoming some sort of an activist, absolutely not. like I said to you guys before, it is going to come at your own time. Before that, if you want to eat your chicken makhni, your tandoori chicken, your, Kashmiri goat, your whatever you see in the menu, eat. That's your sanchita and prarabdha karma you might be fulfilling. Because this karma theory is so complicated. Sometimes when you eat a piece of meat, it might be somebody who may have killed you 50 lifetimes ago. Whatever it is. But you have to be aware. Awareness is what now makes you make the right decision. Which brings us to the point of desire. Okay? Like I was telling you guys, I threw away, well, I did not throw away, I should not have used that term. I put all the clothes and everything that I did not want, that were just trapping in my brain, in the garage, and we would give it to Salvation Army. However, does this mean that it is bad to have desires? Does this mean that if I have a desire to, let's say, have a luxury vacation, or let's say my desire is to do something, to buy myself something that I never wanted, is that bad? It's not bad. But the thing is, desire should be tamed. You don't want to let desire run wild, because remember, your mind is when you're we're consumers. I'm a consumer, which is the worst term you can give yourself, a consumer. We're no longer humans, we're just consumers. Okay? So whenever you watch TV, and TV is the main reason why, we are who we are. When they show us all these commercials, consume this, consume that, oh, the Bahamas vacation, then you watch some reality show of some housewives somewhere, and they're living this rich and fancy lifestyle, and then suddenly you're like, oh my God, I wish I could live this lifestyle. So now the desires comes, and you see how desires really is being fed to you. But when you are aware of it, you're able to tame that desire. You're like, I no longer wish to have 20 watches, because they don't do nothing for me. Like, remember, in the last 2 years, you probably only saw this watch that I'm wearing, U-boat, and probably my gold watch that I always wear. I've had in the box 8-9 other watches that I'm like, and when I'm giving that away, I'm like, oh, maybe I should wear that in my next video. Or maybe I can wear the red one. Yeah, I shouldn't. I'm like, no. I did not think about that until I was aware that I have all these wasteful things that I'm not using. So I gave it away. So killing desires, you are here because of desire. So do not kill your desire, tame it. Become the lion tamer. The desire is the lion within us. It wants to always, go and hunt. But if you tame that, that's appropriate. So this is where my thought process is right now. Never ever, and let me tell you this right now from my own, I hated it myself when other people try to preach it to me. Oh, you're so bad, you're eating meat, you're so bad, you're doing this, oh, you're so bad, you're going to be punished with Krishna and or whatever. It's garbage. Those comments were garbage for me, and they should be garbage for you if you're not ready. Stop. And this is what I tell people who are trying to help other people become more vegetarian. Stop it. Just don't comment. Let them do what they do. Remember, it's the energy by itself will do it. Nobody needs to come and do it. This thing that happened to me came from within. I came back from Chicago. I was so overweight. I did not like it. Then I suddenly reached out to Ernest, and I'm like, man, I remember what you told me. I think I'm going to do that. I did it. From that process, when I did it for a week, things changed up here. Did it for 2 weeks. Things changed up here. Did it for 3 weeks. Felt good, and more awareness came in. And from that awareness, I'm able to, like my friend thought I would never be able to do what I'm doing for more than 2 weeks. And here I am probably going on over a month, But again, tame the desire. Before, I used to drink a glass of scotch every evening or a beer. Like I had to have it. Like for me, it was just like after, you know, 16 hours of working, 14 hours of working, I need to have something to drink. No, you gotta tame that. The lion always desires to hunt. It wants to hunt that scotch, right? Tame it. Say, no, you can only hunt once or twice a week, or maybe once every other week. You can go for hunting. Otherwise, I won't let you go hunting. This is why if you want to control your substance abuse, you want to control to desire to eat all these meats, you have to create that awareness. Without that, nothing's going to happen. And you can hear everybody preach to you on comments, on Facebook, nothing's going to happen. Okay, and I'm a best example for that. I've been hearing that for the past 8 years on YouTube. But once the awareness kicks in, you don't need nobody to tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do it. But when you say, oh, we have been eating meat for centuries and for eons, we're built for that, yes. But guess what? They did it in the jungle, they did it on their own, and they were eating animals that weren't filled with all sorts of vaccines, chemicals, all sorts of things that you do not need, that you do not want. And that's another thing that really pushed me away from going out and like eating these things. It's like not even about eating that animal's flesh. It's about what they put in it as well. It is so mind-boggling. Like the things that they put in it so you can just have it quickly. So that's the thing. And then especially when we relate this to astrology, okay? Obviously the tamasic qualities of planets makes us a hunter. See, first of all, there's these three gunas, right? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva is all about, let's say, Krishna consciousness. They will not eat garlic, they will not eat onions, they will not consume any milk products as well. They're pretty much like a vegan food, I think. Sattvic is all about doing your prayers, morning prayers, Surya, what do you call Surya Namaskar, doing your homas in the morning. Like you're pretty much living in Satyug and Trityug, pretty much. Okay? Then you have the Rajas qualities. Rajas quality says that I am here on this plane, I'm here on this bhumi, and I want to enjoy what Krishna has created. I want to enjoy that fruit. I want to enjoy that makhan, right? The butter that Krishna ate. Hey, so if you want to be Krishna conscious, he ate the butter. But guess what? He ate the real butter made from real cow. And that too with the permission. Remember, back in the days, you will not be able to drink milk by going to a farmer if the cow was feeding her own calf. I'm sure you have done that. Even now, I hope they do it in India. Because back in 1987, 88, when I went to Bareilly, where my father's family is from, all my Taujis and Chachas are there. In the morning, they would tell me, hey, couple, go get milk from there. And it would just be like less than quarter of a mile of walk. You go to this hut where this farmer was with a cow. There were like 4 or 5 cows. And sometimes he's like, no, you have to wait 10 minutes. The calf is drinking. Then I have to wait. And if some other cow is free, then he would give it from there. That was so ethical. Okay. So that's more Rajas. Like I want to enjoy things. Now, Tamas, people think it's negative. And Sattvic planets are Sun, Moon, Jupiter. Okay, these are Sattvic planets. This is what it's all life. Life is all about the Sattvic planets. Because first of all, Jupiter represents what? Jiva. Jupiter represents the biology of this planet. Like all the mountains, the trees that you see. Moon represents environment as well. Like in education, if Moon is controlling your 5th house, aspects the 5th house from your Karakamsha Lagna, your Navamsha, a person will either go into medical field or environmental science. Easy. Or they will go into music, or they'll go into writing, according to Gemini. So rhythm of life, see, it's not biology, rhythm of life is Moon. Then also, why Sun and Moon create life is because when Sun and Moon were exactly at the same point where a perfect eclipse could happen, Okay, perfect eclipse, that's where life was formed. This is why these are sattvic. So sattva is all about creating life, not taking life. This is why all the rishis, all the spiritual people, they prefer sattvic life because they want to give birth. They don't want to become Shiva. Then Rajas is Mercury and Venus. Two planets that just love. They love to enjoy life. They want to have their wine and cheese. They want to have the nice clothes. They're like, look, I'm on this plane. Something has put me on this plane, and whatever this earth is growing, I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm gonna eat that. Sure, I'm not gonna eat meat, but I do want to eat the cheese. I do want to eat the burfi. I want to eat the donut. I want to eat, like a dal with a lot of ghee in it. That's Rajasic quality. Then you have Tamas, which is Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. What is Tamasic quality? Now, clearly, as soon as you hear the word tamas, malefic word comes into your mind. Oh, malefic, bad, dangerous. No. Take that term out of your head if you really want to understand astrology. Tamas is simply means need to survive, need to live on. So tamasic, so there's three levels to this plane: sattva, rajas, and tamas. So there's like if you're on this earth, there are certain places that are sattvic. Like for example, let's say South India, Chennai, or I don't know where that is, where the Tripudi temple is, or what do you call that? Dattatreya. Those areas, or like near the Ganga, that becomes sattvic. I mean, dare you even kill an animal there or a fly? Then you have Rajasic places. Rajasic places, you can say, Vegas, Disneyland. Rajasic places can be Bahamas, Hawaii. Then you have Tamasic places. Tamasic places are barren grounds. Tamasic places are like jungles, foresty areas where you do not have protection. Tamas is about the fear. Tamas is about, okay, I'm in a tamasic surrounding, and I have to worry about my fear, my life, and I have to make sure that I survive. And this is why Mars gives you the courage. Saturn gives you the ethics and the discipline. And Rahu Ketu give you the aim. And through this, if you're in a tamasic environment, you have to hunt for your food. You have to be hunting and be aware that you're not the one hunted. So if you're living in some mountain area where there's bears, there's wild cats, there's tigers, lions. You go to Africa, Kenya, these people are always aware that a tiger can come and just kill them in their village or kill some child. They're always in that tamasic mode, like awareness. So for them, they're like, either I can be hunted or I can hunt. So when you talk about that, cycle of life, everybody's killing each other, that's the tamasic world. That's the tamasic area of this loka. Is there something wrong with that? Absolutely not. Oh, you're going to be Mr. Sattvic and go there? Okay, go sit there. See how long you survive. See if you find any fruits and berries in there, and see how much of wheat you can get to eat. These people have to consume meat. You go live, forget the Arctic. So you go, what is that, Iceland or Netherlands? No, Iceland, I think. Iceland and up in Alaska, where there's hardly any vegetation. These people have to survive. They have to use the tamasic quality in their life to survive. They have to bring their Mars out, the hunter. They have to be Saturn out, patience and perseverance and discipline and structure of when to hunt, what to do. And Rahu Ketu tells you that, okay, it's okay to be different. It's okay to consume meat and not consume all the fruits and vegetables that these people are doing near in India and Ganges. It's okay. That's why Rahu, Ketu are so helpful. They make you feel okay, that it's okay to do this. But then, like, there's an analogy when you do something too much, okay? Or if you do something too much which is wrong, that's bad. So like what we do, we activate our Rahu and Ketu every single time. And I think the big corporations may know a lot about astrology. They're like, let's activate their Rahu and Ketu when they don't need to. Let's show them that we can bring you Rahu and Ketu to you. You don't need to do anything about it. So they bring you the Rahu, Ketu, and the tamasic things onto your TV. Oh, that hot dog, that brisket, or come to our restaurant, $15.99 for a steak and this and that. Where you can have that, but you gotta be in the tamasic area where you hunt for that, where you fight for that life, fight to take that life so you can survive. That's what it is. That's the cycle of life. That's what these planets are all about. Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. And obviously, according to the work that you do, that's the kind of food you consume according to Ayurveda. Like if you're doing something sattvic, you're a teacher, preacher, counselor, advisor, then you consume more sattvic food. If you're a merchant, you're a business person, you're doing some administrative work or something, okay, live the Rajas life. But if you are a soldier, a hunter, somebody, who has to go and fight, somebody who has to survive, well, then you better make sure that you eat a lot of that protein of that animal or go out there and hunt for your food. That's the cycle of life. But when you mix all these up that have been done to us in the last, especially the last 100 years, as soon as, television, radio came about, like before, if you watch 1910 or 1920s when there was no television, the radio commercials would play. This is so great, Mom. Gee, golly. Johnny, we gotta go get ourselves a nice steak. So, and obviously this whole meat industrial complex came in during the German period. Okay? During the German period. They pretty much, I think, used the animal slaughterhouses for the whole thing that happened back in World War I and World War II. So, this is how you understand life. And this is, I hope, that you have awareness, not consciousness, not being forced, just have an awareness of what is it that is around you. But if you don't, that's fine. Nothing's wrong with you. I was just like you. So that's my analysis on this whole thing. So what are your guys' opinion and thinking about all this? No, it's okay to like chicken mutton. I mean, man, chicken makhani is my favorite. Chicken makhani is my favorite. But, for me, it's now, unless I can hunt that chicken with my own hands and say I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get you, that awareness then kicks in. That chicken wants to live. If it didn't want to live, it wants to commit suicide, that's good. That's okay. Okay, then you can consume it. But, let everybody fight. That's all. If an alien came down who eat human meat, that's like chicken makhani for them or goat curry for them. How are you gonna feel? They're like, we don't care. We don't even speak their language. We don't know what they're saying. Let's just go consume them. You're gonna fight, right? Give that life a fight, and then you enjoy that. And I remember the very first time. And that's something I would actually blame one of my aunts and uncles. Like when I came to US, I'm not going to name their names, but they took me on a trip back into 1994 or 3, a couple of years after I came to US, and on that trip they say, "Hey, try a Big Mac. It's made of beef." And I was so scared. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what my mom and dad will say if I eat this," but I'm like, "Okay, let me just eat it." They're all eating it. I ate it, and I was like, oh my God, that's the tastiest meat I've ever had. Like, cow meat is the tastiest meat you'll ever have. But it was that one Big Mac Oh man, that one Big Mac. All it took was that one Big Mac I had, and after that, I'm like, oh my god, I love this. So you see, as a child, it's important to understand what you consume and not consume. But if I never had that experience, if they never took me to that trip, I probably still would not have had the courage to eat beef. Because I was in a conservative country. I come from a conservative country like India, where cow was worshipped and all of that, and here I am doing so. I felt guilty, So, yeah, I mean that was my, Tamasic planets coming alive, I guess. Now, of course, it's Tamasic, but again, don't look at Tamasic as negative or bad. Because if I put you in a desert, there's no vegetation, nothing but animals. What are you gonna do? Die of hunger? No, you're not. Don't kid yourself. You're gonna make a bow and arrow, or you're gonna, take a wood and make it sharp so you can hunt something. So don't make it, oh, beef is tamasic or this is tamasic. Stop this nonsense of making tamasic look bad. These are all part of God. God has given you these through three gunas. Understand them before you start saying, oh, this is tamasic, this is rajasic, oh, I'm so sattvic. That pisses me off now. Once I've explained this to you guys, and then you say, oh, that's tamasic. You don't know astrology. Don't ever try to learn astrology then. You don't know nothing about life. Do you plan to being a vegetarian? I think I am right now a vegetarian. I haven't consumed meat in a long. I don't want to consume it, you know. But like I said, I mean, if I ever go hunting, I'll hunt my food and eat. But my mind will not allow me to go to a grocery store and pick up a meat anymore. I can't do that. Like if you saw my Instagram or my Facebook pictures, and I'm a foodie. Let me tell you something. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love cooking food. I love creating different varieties of food. Okay? So for me, I can't just consume myself. Like people say, oh, go on a raw diet. Raw diet is the best. For me, it's never going to work throughout life because I know my script. I know the script of my chart. I love food. I love consuming food. I want, that dal with a lot of ghee. I want that koya paneer, palak paneer. I want to eat, all kinds of good things. So in such case, I'm a vegetarian. I mean, veganism is something that I only order now a special kind of yogurt. I order a yogurt which is made from a very, very humane farms where they will not let you just have the yogurt because, oh, it's a machine pumping the milk. No, it's that. So I still want to have my cheese. I want to have my cake or whatever. But, I'm more conscious about what I want to do. I don't go to Indian, like if you look at my pictures on, Facebook or something, it's all about the Indian food that I'm ordering or cooking, like, which is like eggplant or paneer or dal or this. For me, that's what I love eating now. Am I 100% everything? I don't think so. I can't say that. Then I'll be lying to you all. I'll be making things up. Remember, I still said 3% I still consume. Like I had shrimp fried rice just 4 days ago at from a Thai food, which then my stomach just couldn't take it. Oh my God. 2 o'clock I had to wake up and I had to just go take it all out. But so I still had seafood. I still had shrimp. That shrimp wanted to live. I'm pretty sure it wanted to live. But I just can't seem to go now and get goat meat or this and that and eat. It just won't allow me. So I'm just, just be honest with yourself. Don't try to pretend something you're not. Don't say, oh, I can't come out here and say I'm 100% vegan and animal rights. Or, I can't say, oh, I'm 100% vegetarian. Go a sattvic life. I'm just letting you see what it is, what I am, what I'm going through, so you guys can see the reality of everything, how this thing works. But remember, I'm a foodie. I want to cook all the good, greasy food. I love chole bhature. I want to eat dosa, masala dosa. A vegan person will never eat those things. I mean, some of the vegans don't even want to fry something in oil. They fry things in the water. I mean, dude, I can't do that. That's not my script. Okay, that's something I gotta eat my good Rajasic foods. So from Tamas, I have switched to Rajas. Now, in 15, 20 years, will I become Sattvic? I can never say no. Perhaps a certain script will become active, through nakshatras. And then I'll be doing that. Buying and eating meat, absolutely, it's bad. Yes, I get that. Buying and eating meat is bad. Hunting and eating meat, I can't say anything towards that. Because that's when you are becoming the cycle of life. Because that's when the other life has a chance to escape, and you have to fight to get that life. So that's different. So before I hated hunters. Let me tell you how my honest thinking was before. When I saw some of these shows of foods, and they would go out in the wild and hunt alligator or hunt a wild boar or a deer, I'm like, oh my God, these guys are so bad. How can they just take a life and eat? And here I am eating goat curry and watching that. I'm like, my God, why can't you just go buy meat from a grocery store? You see how the ignorant sleeping awareness it was. Now it's the opposite. When I see that man getting in a truck with his son and daughter saying, okay, we're going to go hunt, because they're living in, like a mountainy area in middle of US, and that's their lineage of hunting. They only consume meat that they hunt. I have more respect for that man now. I'm like, yes, that's the way you should enjoy eating meat and doing barbecue. You want to do barbecue? You want to put that barbecue sauce and put that rub on the meat? Hunt for it, and you have my respect. But if you're going to go and eat something that never wanted to give itself away and did not have a choice, it was in a conveyor belt in line without ever having any awareness what it's doing, now that's something I can agree with. Whether I'm doing it or not, I just can't agree with it. My awareness is now there. But if you're going to hunt, all the respect to you from me. Absolutely all the respect. Nothing wrong. No tamasic sattvic bullshit. It's tamas, live in the tamas. That is becoming your sattva. If you're in the tamasic side of this planet, that's your sattvic dharma to go and hunt. Rashmi Saraf. There you go. I yelled out your name. Rashmi! Why are you vegan? When did I say I'm vegan? I'm not vegan. I'm thinking about how great it is to be a vegan. I'm thinking about, I wish I can be a vegan. But I didn't say I'm a vegan. Like I told you, I want to eat masala dosa. I want to eat palak paneer and khoya paneer, which is my favorite. Khoya paneer is my favorite. Like, if you guys ever invite me to your home, make khoya paneer, I'll eat with like 10 rotis. Okay? And also, you guys should watch this. I don't know, I'm sure in India you have Netflix. On Netflix, watch this show called Cooked. And I think it's by an author named Michael Pollan. Yes. Watch Cooked on Netflix by Michael Pollan, the first season. He has 2 seasons out. Watch the first one. He takes you right into respecting the relationship of man, fire, and meat and food, and how it should be consumed. And he goes into how the respect for vegetarianism comes in. I respect that guy. He is so balanced in his understanding of human cycle of life and when the cycle of life should come about. Like where a human who has iPhone and a computer living in a comfortable home becomes a hunter. There's appropriate time and a place for that. Okay? Hey, meat give you gas as well. Shit, try eating a filet mignon. You'll get all the gas you want. Speak in Hindi. यार जो भी बुलाना है बुला लो. तुम लोग समझते हो कि मुझे हिंदी नहीं आती? यार क्या फालतू की बात है? तुम समझते हो मुझे फलाना ढिमाका नहीं आता, सब हिंदी आती है, हैं? बुला लो, जो हिंदी बुलानी बुला लो। कौन सी हिंदी बोलूं? यूपी की हिंदी बोलूं? पंगा मत लेना फिर मुझसे, हिंदी में मुझसे पंगा मत लेना, क्योंकि मुझे इतनी ऐसी हिंदी आती है कि तुम्हारे बाप दादा को हम पार कर देंगे। There you go, that's my Hindi. यार हिंदी तो, यार मैं जब पैदा ही हिंदी बोलने पे हुआ हूं तो क्यों नहीं, सब हिंदी बुलवा लो। क्या कहते हो पान खा के, देखो बबुआ हमें हिंदी ऐसी आती है कि हम जहां खड़े हो जाते हैं वहीं से हिंदी स्टार्ट होती है, right? That's like little Amitabh Bachchan accent there. No, I don't speak Punjabi. मैंने ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਣਿਆ ਸੀ, मैंने ਇੱਥੇ ਵੰਜੇ ਕੋਣਿਆ. That's my Punjabi. Yeah, hey man, I got the UP Hindi. I got the UP Hindi down. So, hopefully this has cleared all the doubts in you guys about, what is ascension, what is, right, what is wrong. But of course, I don't know right from wrong. I'm just giving you my stupid opinion here. So, when you defend eating meat if it's not hunted, when you defend eating meat, it's not hunted. I don't know what do you mean, Julio or Julio. No, if the meat is hunted, I have more respect for it. I no longer have respect for meat you consume, you buy from a grocery store. Because you don't know the kind of pain, the suffering that that animal was in when you consume its meat. It probably was in a 5 feet by 5 feet space for like 2 years without ever seeing a light of day. I have no respect for that. I'm absolutely against it. My awareness is right there 100%. That's why I haven't consumed meat, and I don't think I want to consume meat anymore. Unless, of course, I know that yes, I'm going to go and hunt that meat myself. Sure. If it's hunted, if it's out in the wild, if let's say I'm in a mountain area, and then the family says, oh, we just hunted a bear, we're going to cook it. I'm like, okay, I'll try. Because you gave respect to the cycle of life. You're not going to some conveyor belt where an animal is abused. That animal was free, it was doing its own thing. You went and hunted, it tried to come after you. You could have been hunted. That's where my awareness is with that. Hey, I can own you in many ways. On a basketball court, I can own you guys as well. Who wants to bet? Although, with my knee, I don't think I can play one-on-one anymore for like at least 6-7 months. No. I'm not a guru. Stop saying it. I hate when people say you're my guru. I'm not a freaking guru. I'm a family guy. I have no idea. I've only read Bhagavad Gita once in my life. I don't do any sadhanas properly every morning. I'm consuming coffee. See, coffee has cream in it. That means I'm not a vegan. Okay? So I'm a teacher, yes. I'm a student and a teacher. I learn from all these people and I teach, but I also learn. I ain't a guru. Being a guru is a big responsibility. I don't think I can handle that. I don't think God has given me the script in this life to handle being a guru, I want to come to Nepal. I actually want to come. I have to visit Mount Everest. I want to see Mount Everest as close as possibly I can. That's one of my goals, and I want to do this in 2018. If not 2018, definitely 2020. I want to come to Nepal. I want to come India and visit, all the places that I never could visit, me being born in India. Do you know what is the mentor shower spiritual significance in the usage? Okay, what is it? Do you know what this meteor showers spiritual significance is in the US? I didn't even know there was a meteor shower. That's how oblivious I am about my world. Uttarakhand. No, I've not visited anything. The only place I visited in India when I was there for the first 12 years of my life was just Bareilly. And that's it. Maybe Bikaner and Lucknow. Those are the only places I think I've visited. Mainly Bareilly. That's the only awareness I have. I don't even remember visiting Lucknow. I remember visiting Rampur, which is right before Bareilly. Ghaziabad, which is right next to Delhi. I visited those places. But my only awareness is of Bareilly right now. Hey man, I'm good with that. I can come and I want to have like a, that morning tea at 5 a.m. in the morning in Nepal in that snowy winter, and you can see Mount Everest in front of you. Oh man, that's like, it's like it has to be a group trip. Like, like 10, 15 people all go, and I want to visit like, those special small huts and caves where this uh, Asian Chinese looking man is sitting and has the most oldest and wisest of wisdom. Like I wanted to just experience that. Oh yeah, Punjab's makke ki roti sarson da saag mainu ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ. I'll be there for sure. And that's the thing. This is the biggest misconception most people have about Punjab. Oh, Punjabis love non-veg. Then they'll eat murga, they eat, tandoori chicken and all that. Punjab non-veg meat is the best. You guys don't realize 90% of Punjabis in Punjab are vegetarians. They're farmers. They eat saag, they eat roti, they eat, bhindi, all of those things. So don't think like Punjabis or Sikhs in Punjab are all non-veg and whatnot. Most of them are vegetarian. You'll be surprised. Anything that you kill to the roots is not vegetarian, like potato, onions. Yes, that's true. That's why the Krishna consciousness people, like the ISKCON, they don't eat onions. And I know Jain as well. They don't eat onions. They don't eat garlic. They don't eat even ginger. Anything underneath the root, they don't eat because it's not really to do anything with roots. Okay, like plant is alive. You think taking the mango out of a tree doesn't feel that hurt and pain? Of course it does. There's a lot of spiritual gurus who have said that tree will feel the pain when you take the fruit out. But the reason why they say it is not really because it's coming from the root. It's because it increases your pitta. Like when you eat garlic, onion, ginger, it increases the sexual energy within you. And in order for you to be closer to Krishna and its consciousness, your sexual energy, the vitality, the semen, should be stored to awaken that Kundalini snake. And it needs to recycle all over your body. But the thing is, most of us release it through sexual intercourse. So that's why they don't eat that. There's nothing to do with roots, though. It's all to do with the sexual vitality and how you need to use that sexual energy for your sadhana and meditation. That's why they do it. So everything has consciousness. Like if you read something with Buddha, Buddha said you stepping on a street, you're killing an ant. You're killing an ant, you're killing all these bugs and mosquitoes. They have life, they want to live. Where's your bleeding heart for them? Where's your bleeding heart for the ants that you step on? Oh, well, they're so small, and of course I have to step. Well, that's the same excuse someone's going to give who was eating meat. Well, I'm in this area, I have to eat meat because there's hardly any vegetation. Everybody has excuses. You're not the only special one who's a vegan and a vegetarian, because when you step on outside, you're killing something. You can step over a bug. And like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. What, are you going to give a funeral to that bug now or what? Like, especially with Shiva. Shiva worship, or I think Kali and Shiva worship, They actually sacrifice a goat. In India, they do that. They have their own reason to do that. Now, is that right or wrong? I don't think it's right if you're just going to go get a chained goat and just slaughter it. I would say if you're going to do anything of that, go hunt for a goat in the wild. And then you can do that. But I remember a story where Parvati was worshipping Shiva so much. She's like, everything is Shiva, everything is thing. And then Shiva came in a different disguise and he put goat meat on top of the shivling. And I think Parvati was like, what the hell did you do? This is my shivling. I'm trying to get closer to Shiva. What are the? And he's like, you think this is not part of Shiva? This meat? You think this is impure? Is part of the meat? No, it is, because that was Shiva telling her something. So there's all these stories, okay? There's all these stories where no matter what you eat and don't eat, it's still pure, it's still part of God. But again, when you eat something which is abused, for me personally, I don't think that is right at all. When you eat something which is hunted, when you eat something which is a natural part of the cycle of life, then I have no opinions on that. Then I think you can just go and do whatever you want. Where's the reading the chat form? Readings are on my website, not in the chat form. And actually, I have Navamsha reading right now open on my website. I took it off for 3 days because I only do like 5, maximum 6 of these Nakshatra readings. So I'm doing like a Navamsha Nakshatra reading right now. Man, it is like what Navamsha Nakshatra shows is the things that are within you. People will not see that, but you will bring that out at one point in your life, and you secretly bring those things out. Man, after looking at like literally 35 Navamsha charts and then emailing previous people who have gotten a reading from me, and I'm like, okay, can you just tell me this. And I'm like, most of them were agreeing, and some of them, I asked, did you do this and this and this? And sometimes people don't want to confess. That becomes a problem in a reading. Sometimes people feel embarrassed, like, oh my God, you caught this. Should I confess this to him? That, okay, I have done these things, or I do these things, or I am like that. But you guys got to understand, me being an astrologer or talking about astrology, I cannot have any judgment at all. I cannot have any judgment at all because you're living your life through your script. I'm living my life through my script. You have skeletons in the closet. I have skeletons in the closet. I ain't no special. God did not put me here by itself, said, okay, yeah, you're a special one and everybody's wrong, you're right, so you can judge people. No, I never judge, no matter what you have done, what you do. But when you tell me the truth, I learn. You see, when I asked someone, like, have you seduced a married woman in your life? Or a married husband, a third party's husband in your life? Some have confessed and I respect it. I'm like, I have really a lot of respect for you for confessing this to me because you just taught me. You became my teacher. You taught me that, yes, this script is working. But sometimes people will just say, nope, never done it, because they feel like I'm going to judge them. And that becomes a problem with a lot of us, with everybody, with Dr. Pai, Toki, everybody. Like, when they do it, some people don't want to confess their negative parts in life. And that's where, then that learning becomes quite tough for you to be sure. But, you got to understand, when you say something to me, it's confidential. I'm very strongly aware of, what to say and not to say in public. Like, that's why I don't do any horoscopes of celebrities anymore. It is so wrong to do somebody's horoscope without their permission, and then you're making astrology like a TMZ gossip website where you're talking about all the negativity of their life. You're talking about, oh, this person may have cheated, oh, they're gay, or they're this, and I see all these things. And I'm like, do you think their spouse who's watching this, their children who might watch this in the future, you think they want to hear all these things? Do you think they're going to respect you as an astrologer? Oh my God, he just said such right things about me. Let me go and get a reading from him. When you do that, that's where every celebrity who may have wanted to come to you will repel. They're like, this guy or this girl is a complete idiot moron. They have no respect for my chart. You tell, a lot of people have an excuse. Oh, they're public figures. They are supposed to be exposing their life and all that. No, they're public figures because of their performance. They're public figures because of their acting skills, music skills, or they're doing something in politics that nobody gave you the right to expose their life. And how do you know? Can you write it down and stamp it 100% you're correct before you say something about them in public? That's why I do not like using celebrities who are alive. And you know, I wanted to do a lot of parodies and do their horoscopes, but again, forget the consciousness. The awareness is there. The awareness is there that, and especially it's very important to understand in astrology, and some of the biggest masters of astrology know you cannot exploit someone's chart without their permission. That is a big, big negative karmic energy upon the astrologer. If they have passed away, then do it, but still give it respect because you're learning from them. And I want to thank Eve Mendoza for teaching me this thing. Like, if a person is even passed away, give them respect and don't try to expose something for the views and for the likes and popularity on YouTube or Facebook, because they're your teacher. Through their chart, you just learned something. So always, and this is why I hate it. As much as you guys request, like, everybody jumps on. If some scandal happens, everybody jumps on. Oh, this is why this is happening, and this is why they divorced. See, their sixth house became active with this house. You think they want you to do that? Take their permission and then talk about it. Otherwise, just discuss it in your own private group or something, and that's it. Be respectful, be mature about these things. You know, some of you are no longer in your 20s, 30s. Some of you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s. So be respectful of using celebrities' horoscope and giving them utmost respect. I've made those mistakes. As you know, I've already had those videos up. I had to take some of those videos down, you know, because of certain people's requests, and I did that. I absolutely did that without a blink. What is possible? Illuminati confirmed t-shirt? This is not Illuminati. This is my logo of my website. God, you guys are just funny, man. Some of you guys think I went to a Freemason temple in Virginia and I posted a picture on my Facebook. My God, everybody's like, oh my God, you're with Freemason and Illuminati now. Oh my God, you sold your soul. I'm like, my God. Oh, social media, how much I love you. How to calculate divisional charts, nakshatras? I have no idea, my man. I just use my software, Parashara Lite, and in there I can look at nakshatras of any and every divisional chart. So I don't know how to calculate that. I know Das Gurvani was the first one, I think, to bring about nakshatras and divisional charts. He is a genius, geniuses of geniuses, and I'm going to be most likely meeting him this year in Sedona at the conference. So I want to know how each planet is operating in my chart, love and career. What should I buy? No, if you really want to know about yourself, truly, forget career and marriage, okay? These are useless things for you as a human being. You should really learn about your nakshatra. Your birth nakshatra, Navamsha nakshatra, is what you should really learn about, because you understand who you are. The script that you're running. Just imagine, like, let me give you an example. Like, let's say, this is a book, right? Just imagine this book here, or there's a paper here, there's a paper here, there's a paper in my back. These are all scripts we are walking with. and exactly what the script says, you are going to live your life like that. And this is one, oh, by the way, very lucky to have these magazines from K.N. Rao. These are astrological magazines from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. These are a great teaching tool for me. So yes, thank you. But these are all the scripts that you are running in your life, and that is all your life is. Even when the Mahadasha comes in, Antradasha comes in, and those Maha and Antradasha planets are in a certain nakshatra, you're going to play those scripts out. Even if you don't have a nakshatra, let's say your moon is a certain nakshatra, and let's say your sun is in a, or let's say your Jupiter is in a certain nakshatra, and your Jupiter represents children and gurus, right? So they can have that script. But if Jupiter Mahadasha comes in, you'll play that script in your life. Guaranteed. That's how it is. That's how beautiful nakshatras are. So now I just tell people, more than career or relationships, learn about your script, the nakshatra. That's where you will know what you are all about. Okay? Taking Saturdays off, will Saturn get angry because Saturn is work and effort? No. Remember what Sanjay Rath ji said. If your work is related to Saturn, then take Friday off. If your work is related to Sun, take Saturday off. So if you're, let's say, working for government, Sun, take Saturday off, which obviously you will get Saturday off. Let's say you're an astrologer or a teacher, Jupiter, then take Wednesday off. If you're, let's say, doing work related to blacksmith, work related to, you're a soldier, fighter, you're an athlete, take Monday off. That's all. Saturn doesn't care. You're going to give Saturn a rest. But if you're doing manual work, manual labor, then work on Saturday, take Friday off. That's if you operate big machineries. If, let's say, you have a shoe shop, leather shoes, which Saturn represents, then take Friday off and start your work on Saturday. That's all it is. No, of course it's not possible in the world. Make it possible. Are you telling me that you're not capable of making something as small as that possible in your life? I challenge you to make it possible in your life. How to start learning about nakshatras? Pi team. Go learn from Dr. Arjun Pai, Sati, Eve, Togi Aditya. And obviously, I'm planning and working on opening up the Nakshatra school, where we are all going to come and teach nakshatras. The astrology will never be the same. It's not the same anymore for me. For me, astrology is just, man, nakshatras were the biggest missing link that we never paid attention to. Even though I knew about nakshatras, I never really paid attention to until I came across Dr. Arjun Pai. So those are the people to learn from. Sun and Ketu in the 12,000 Gemini Lagna. Man, I can't answer those things anymore. These questions don't mean anything anymore without seeing what yoga this planet are forming, what nakshatra padha they are in, what their position is in the divisional chart. I can't give you a nonsensical answer any longer. I'm sorry. None of these, Saturn in the 5th house in Scorpio being aspected by Jupiter, what does it mean? Dumbest question you can ask now. Especially once you learn nakshatras, you learn Pi Paddhati, you learn some new Paddhatis. Please, that does not mean anything anymore. That's like you're asking a 15% question, you're going to get a 15% answer. And you're going to be like, oh, that's not working in my chart. Well, of course not working. You ask me a half-assed question, and you're going to get a half-assed answer. Simple. Which nakshatra book do you recommend? Let me see if I have any good nakshatra books. Well, here's a really great one by Parash Trivedi, 27 Celestial Portals. Like, this has been a very, very good teacher for me. I think there's a couple of other ones. And here's another one by Sanjay Rath. Bharat Nakshatra. Okay, great book. Excellent details. Uh, what else do I have? Let me see here. Oh, this is another excellent book. The Divine Forces of the Lunar Nakshatras by Radhe. Excellent book on nakshatras. Let me see. Nadi Astrology. I have a very good book on nakshatras, which I don't know where it went. Varga Chakras. Oh man. I think those you can start with those books right now. Let me see. I had one more nakshatra book. That was excellent book, man. Oh, and I got this from Jeffrey Armstrong. This is a great learning tool. Look at this. You get these cards. This is like awesome what he has done. Like you want to learn about Tamas, Rajas, Sattva. These are like cards that Kavindra Rishi, my guru, Jeffrey Armstrong, sent it to me. So you can get this on Amazon, I believe. Yeah. So these are very good things. You learn will teach you great astrological knowledge. But yeah, I forgot the name. Let me see. Is that it? No. But start with those books right now. Those are great books. What's your favorite nakshatra? After learning nakshatra, my favorite nakshatra has to be Purva Bhadrapada. Purva Bhadrapada becomes one of my favorite nakshatras, and the other nakshatra I also love is Pushya Nakshatra. After learning the details about it, that becomes a great nakshatra. And then especially Swati. Swati Nakshatra, oh my God, amazing nakshatra. I mean, you can actually pinpoint if you spend, let's say, maybe 10 minutes on a chart, you can pinpoint when this person is going to buy shoes. And if they buy shoes, what's going to happen to them? It's amazing. And then I did a horoscope of like 7 or 8 sneakerheads. Like I emailed some of the people that I knew. They collect sneakers, they sell sneakers. As soon as I opened up their chart, I'm like, okay, makes sense. There you go. So, yeah, I would say every nakshatra has something special. But Purva Bhadrapada, man, that nakshatra, man, that'll drive you nuts. It'll drive you crazy. Vastu Shastra discussion. You know what? Simon Chowasky, he's a great Vastu person. And I think I will have him come on to talk about Vastu. He's coming on Monday to talk about Dharma. Like, what is your Dharma? What is your destiny? He's going to come and show you that. So that's going to be an exciting one. And I have, yes, Sanjay Rath is coming on August 25th to start the Nakshatra lessons and series. So watch out for that. Ascendant Purva Bhadrapada. Well, here's the thing. What pada it's in, where the nakshatra lord is sitting, and what script is it creating in Dwaradamsha. That's what that matters. Okay, so I guess I have been here for an hour. And, hey, Michael! What's up, my main man? What's going on, Michael Reed? I know Michael is supposed to... I'm trying to figure out a time he's supposed to come and really talk about the outer planets and nakshatras, like Pluto, Uranus, Neptune. So I'm hoping, Michael, that I'll find time in September so you can come and do that. What up, Dog. So everybody subscribe to Michael Reed's channel. Just type in Michael Reed Astrology on YouTube. And man, if you want to learn nakshatras, that's another genius to go and learn nakshatras from. Because he knows the script. He knows the script. Michael Reed Astrology. He's right there commenting. Do you believe in magic? Oh man, of course. Those things definitely are there. White magic, black magic. I mean, there's demonic energies. Everything is there. Never discount any of that. Everything is there. Is he a guru? Of course, Michael Reed is a guru. He is far beyond everybody else in terms of astrological knowledge. My favorite Shahrukh Khan movie. My favorite Shahrukh Khan movie obviously has to be Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And after that would probably has to be Veer Zara. Beautiful movie, Veer Zara. I love that movie. How to change your destiny? Well, change it right now. What do you want your destiny to be? Change it. I use Parashara Light 9.0. Favorite Tupac song? Oh man, now you're coming into my territory. Favorite Tupac song has to be Two of America's Most Wanted or Toss It Up. Let me see you toss it up. My favorite Tupac album has to be Machiavelli. Yeah. Dear Mama is good. Man, I mean, you're talking about every single song being good with Tupac. Actually, no, Hail Mary. Hail Mary is a very good song, man. That's an awesome song. Do you had Epiphany? Yes, I did. Favorite TV series? Oh, man, Family Matters. Family Matters. If I go on a plane anywhere, I watch Family Matters season 1, 2, 3. After that, it just goes downhill. But Family Matters, Saved by the Bell, Full House, and of course, you guys never knew about this. I'm addicted to Sex and the City. I can watch that show anywhere. That's like heroin. Like if you watch it once, you will never go back. I love Sex and the City. I'm still down. Yes, I get that a lot, but now I'm fat, so I can no longer look like Shahrukh Khan. Your favorite astrologer Indian? K.N. Rao. That was quick. I'm a little bit above ground. I usually float, not that down to earth. Favorite Pacino movie? Woo! Favorite Al Pacino movie? Heat. Heat with Robert De Niro, or it has to be Scarface. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum is one of those classics you love, but it's just too long. It could have been short, but I love that movie. Why Scarface? It's his accent. I'm Tony Montana, man. Huh? What are you doing, man? I came to tell you, man. Boom. Favorite food Indian? Oh man. If you want to talk about my non-veg days, would have been goat curry, chicken makhni, but vegetarian, khoya paneer. Khoya paneer, chole bhature, and dosa. Absolute favorite. Sex and the City, if you watch from season 1, Oh my God, my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" When I met her, I would just put on Sex and the City, season 5, seasons, all seasons are great there. Yes, yes, I do. Share your family photo. I don't think I can do it here. Let me see. Yeah, I can. I don't even have my cell phone to show you guys my family photo. Do you do you have Saturn in 8,000 of birth chart? Nope, I don't. You like Angelina Jolie? Of course, who doesn't? You know, I think every guy in their 20s loved it. But now I love my wife now. Yeah, they're yeah, family's cute. I don't know if I can show you guys anything. I don't even have anything in my room or office. Uh, nope. You don't like who? I'm not God, please. You're driving me nuts with the guru comment, and now you're saying I'm God. No, 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 no. We all are God. Yes, I love myself too. You all gotta love yourself. Yes, there are pool of thoughts about 8 karakas where Rahu becomes the Atma Karaka. I have learned under the guidance of Mark Boney and Ken Ross pool of thought, so I take 7. But nothing's wrong with the 8th either. That's very useful as well. Do I like Rahu? I love Rahu. I made a movie on Rahu. I don't know if anybody has watched my movie, Interview with Rahu. It's on YouTube. I'm working on meeting Ketu. Hopefully, I can start filming that sometime soon, as soon as I find my Ketu character, which is like the most impossible character to find. Because he has to be like tall, like 6'10", 6'11". Will you make what? Super movie. Super movie? Oh, I thought, okay, Rahu movie. Best astrology book you ever read? Best astrology book I ever read. Well, obviously you got to start out with Bharat Parashara Hora Shastra. That's for everything. But I think I'm more of a, you know, I love digested material. So for that, I would definitely say this. This is a great book to start with. To start with the basics, this is an absolute great book. Absolute great book. And one of the other great books, let me see. I can't find it. When I want to, but that's a great book to start with. How did I propose to my wife? I proposed to my wife at Joe's Crab Shack. She loves crab, eating crab. And so I gave her the ring when I picked her off from work because she was a massage therapist. And no, she was at school. Yeah, sorry, I picked her up from school. And then I picked her up from school, we went, and then I proposed to her. And she loved it. Because she loves seafood. And it's like, seafood and a marriage proposal? Perfect. Did you use astrology to find? No. I don't use. I remember, I have burnt my chart away. I burnt my children. I have still yet to see my children's chart. I don't know their chart. I stopped looking at my wife's chart as soon as I proposed to her. I have not looked at my own chart for like ages. As an astrologer, I can't do that. For me, I don't care about anything about my chart or what the transit is. You have to burn it away. You have to throw it away. I don't care for it. Whatever happens, happens. Because then, as an astrologer, you can become a slave to everything. Like, oh, this transit is coming. Oh, that transit. Oh, this is going to happen. Whatever happens, happens. I couldn't care less. Is she Indian? No, she's Caucasian. She's from St. Louis. She's a Midwest girl. That's what I loved about my wife. She's like the most family oriented person you'll ever meet. And she loves the Eastern culture. She loves Indian. She loves bringing Indian food. She loves my mom's food. She's the one who said, you gotta have your mom move in with us so she can, raise the girls and we can have her food. So, like, my mom is here right now for like 14 days. So, I'm just eating all the great Indian food. That's why I'm so good right now. I don't know, I get lunch, breakfast, dinner, all Indian food. Yep. Man, this is going so fast. Special. How, what? Oh yeah, she loves my mom. She even like she's the one who built the puja in the house. I couldn't even care. She's like, "Oh no, I want to have Durga. I want to have Ganesha and Durga in the thing." So she got this whole puja that she put for my mom because she knew my mom would be visiting us a lot. So she's the one who got all that. Like, she's very big with Durga, like Sheravali Mata, my wife. I'm sure there's some past life connection there. Nope, I did not check my wife's chart before marriage at all. I couldn't care less. That's the thing. Because why is it that I don't do marriage consultation or horoscope matching? Because if I'm supposed to pay some past life debt to my wife, or she has to pay some debt to me, I want to write that off right away. I don't want to prolong it for the next 3 lives. When you do horoscope matching, what are you doing? You're trying to see if the horoscope matches or not, right? And okay, oh, this is going to be dangerous for you. This is going to be bad. She's going to be bad for your money, and he's going to be bad for your health. Well, you keep avoiding that, and you're not going to pay that debt off because you accumulated that debt. You did something with your free will where now you have to come and finish that. So finish it. Doesn't matter how bad your married life is going to be, how good your married life is going to be. Just do it. No need to do horoscope matching. I never recommend that. I never do it. I never want to do it. Like, even if my children came, oh, dad, I want to marry this guy. Can you tell? I'm like, nope. If you love him, whatever, go pay your debt off with him. I don't care. Whatever, if you have to live the worst life in marriage, pay it off. That's the best advice I will give you as a father. My God, I'm going so long today, hour and 22 minutes, because you guys are asking interesting questions. That's why I think I want to answer them. Will it rule your life? Well, I don't know what you mean by that. Any significance of parents of twins in Vedic? Well, of course, whenever you have twins, you have to have you use a special method. So if somebody doesn't tell me they're twins, I'm just going to look at their birth or Navamsha. When you are looking at twins, then there are special rules you apply. Then Sastyamsha becomes the most important. If the Navamsha is the same, birth is the same, you definitely go to Sastyamsha and you read their chart for them. Because whenever you're born with a twin, no longer that same rules of Vedic astrology will apply. Like, oh, just look at the birth chart, say something. Because two different twins will live two different lives. One will be married, the other will not. One will have children, one will not. One will go to jail, one will not. How? Sastyamsha. You may not need to use Sastyamsha for a regular person. But when it's twins, it's a separate issue then. Why do I have so many pets? I love dogs and cats. What can I say? I always wanted to have my dream dogs. I love golden retrievers, And I love an old English sheepdog, like a shaggy dog in front of their eyes. Always felt like, oh my God, I wonder if I can ever have that in my life. And when I was able to get them, I'm like, boom, boom. I always wanted two golden retrievers, and I always wanted a sheepdog, so I got it. Then my wife wanted two dogs. She has her two dogs. Then we got our cat that came to my wife, so we adopted the cat. Then I had the second cat, the story on my second channel, Astrology KRS on YouTube. I have a story of adopting the second cat, Granola, how she kind of like just hit me in the back. It's like, hey, notice me, I'm here. What can I say? I'm a sucker for kids and animals. Are marriage partner all enemies from past life? Most of the time, yes. God is saying you both have to work things out and work together because you hated each other so much in past life. How can we see no marriage in a chart? Oh man, I don't want to say that up here. There are 10 yogas that, and that's another reason why I stopped doing marriage consultation. Because I saw those yogas of no marriage, and I just don't have the heart to tell people that, you'll never get married, because they're coming up with so enthusiasm, like, I want marriage, I want children. Because some of the yogas that says no marriage also show the same thing, that no children. Sometimes you can have children without marriage, which happens. But there's certain yogas that I was coming across. I'm like, forget even marriage. This person they will not even have children. And so what can I do? That's why I stick to relationships. Hey, you get into a relationship, you break up, that's your karma, that's your thing. I don't want to tell people you're not meant for marriage. I'm sorry, you'll be a miserable person because you'll never find your soulmate or whatever. That's not my job. I don't like to be one of those people of the bad news. Why will Purva Bhadra drive you crazy? Oh man, there's a whole script to it. There's a whole script to it. The Purva Bhadra Padha, they can. I'll give you a great example. Dexter. That's one of the good examples of Purva Bhadra Pada. Not the exact example, but a good example. Dexter. That TV show. So, guys, I think I've been here long enough. I've spent a lot of time here with you. And I think now I need to eat some breakfast and start on my work. So I will see you guys next time.